Hi, my name is Camille, and in this presentation, I'm going to talk about my experience acting as an industrial organizational psychologist for a day for TIFF Treats. First, I'll address a problem that I came across when researching the business, as well as the current research on this problem. Then, I'll discuss my possible solutions to fixing this problem, backed up by other research and using validity generalizations to be applicable to TIFF Treats. So, first, a little background on the company. Tiff's Treats has a really cute background story that can be summarized as basically a couple that met in college at UT, decided to pursue a startup cookie baking business, and eventually fell in love and got married. The founders of Tiff's Treats, Tiff and Leon Chen, opened up their first standalone Tiff store across from UT in 2003. Now, Tiff's has over 76 locations in the country in 5 different states and over 1,700 employees. Their company has experienced rapid expansion starting in the 2010s and has grown in popularity exponentially in the past 10 years. Now, a little bit about my informants on the topic.
Hi, my name is Kurt Summerhalter. I'm a private investor. I led the Series B funding of TIF Streets back in 2014. I currently sit on their board of directors and help with strategic planning.
Kurt Summerhalter is a family friend whose insight and connections in the TIF's business opened my eyes to the real operations that go on within a rapidly expanding business and what that means for the brand.
Hello, my name is Diego and I'm a student at St. Edward's University. I've used TIFF Street about 6 times to send cookies to my friends and loved ones. I've also received a couple of gifts from TIFF Street. I would consider myself a regular because I go to the store twice a month because the cookies are amazing, including the cookie sandwiches. I would recommend it to everyone and I would say that they have the best cookies in Austin.
Diego Osorio is a St. Edward's student who has used TIFF Street's delivery service many times to gift cookies to others. He's aware of the execution of the ordering process, the demographics of the employees, the prices, and the overall experience of ordering from TIFFs. A main problem that I encountered when researching TIFs was amongst the employee population. They have reported feeling dissatisfied with the growing popularity of the business due to some of the issues that growth entails. Even TIF's customers have had negative experiences associated with shopping from such a booming company. The main complaints from both employees and customers consist of dissatisfaction with the coldness of the company's overall feel now that it's expanded. Employees feel less valued by the company as it grows out of its original mom and pop feel and expands into a corporation. In the Glassdoor review that I included on the slide, you can see that multiple employees complained about the lack of personability in the management. This may be a result of feeling short of the feelings of safety and esteem in their jobs, 2 levels of Maslow's need hierarchy that attempt to explain employee motivation. Another con that comes with such a rapidly growing business is employees feeling that all work is overlooked and in turn they lose loyalty to the company. Although this could be explained by the lack of reinforcement that comes with working a fixed interval job, there are also strategies that TIF's Treats could employ to improve upon the overall statement that their business is making. Furthermore, multiple studies support this idea that growing businesses often lose sight of their initial goal. Entrepreneurial seizure describes what happens when a business that was born out of passion turns more into a chore. Then there's less focus on maintaining the business's specialness and more focus on trying to complete all of the many trivial tasks that a bigger business requires. Another study addressing the structures of goal-setting factors that are taken into account when starting a business showed that the more focus on extrinsic rewards, the higher likelihood of employee dissatisfaction. My first informant, Kurt Summerhalter, helped me create this hypothetical pie chart of what he thinks would come first on TIFF Street's goal-setting factors in regards to why they started their business. This gives some insight into why employees may be feeling overlooked. Another important factor that showed to be a strong predictor of job satisfaction is authentic leadership in the workplace. Employees like the feeling of knowing people within the business, knowing where their orders are coming from, and why they should cooperate with those orders. On this slide, I want to touch on one of the obvious problems that TIF's Treats is facing. Judging from news coverage, their website, and the photos associated with the company, it seems that the company puts a lot of emphasis on their story. Yet, most people don't know what their story is, even the people who've bought from Tiff's Treats before. I asked 10 St. Edward students who had either sent or received Tiff's Treats cookies before if they knew the company's background story. 9 out of the 10 students said they didn't, even though they all reside in Austin, the company's birthplace. Now, onto the solutions. One way that research on humanizing your brand suggests to try to bring back a personable feel to your company is by going back to basics. This means instead of focusing so heavily on social media marketing that may go right over the head of target audiences, try strategies like billboard marketing and slogan catchphrases. Tiff's Treat's current slogan is Treat Yourself. To me, these two words have no way of connecting to a person the way that many more successful slogans have achieved in the past. For example, America Runs on Dunkin' puts emphasis on being American, making customers feel pride in consuming their products. Similarly, State Farm's Like a Good Neighbor catchphrase instills a feeling of trust and mutual companionship between the company and potential customers. I think Tiff's would have more success if they incorporated something about their story or their mission into their slogan. Other research suggests that the key to securing customer and employee loyalty lies in showcasing the business's values and in employee training. Again, a better slogan may capture Tiff's Treats values better, but also doing things like offering free parts to regular customers and encouraging others to spread the word about Tiff's Treats, not necessarily through social media, could help with this. When training employees, Tiff's Treats should consider doing things to make employees feel special and like they're being seen by Tiff and Leon themselves. Although it's impossible for Tiff and Leon to greet all 1,700 of their employees, providing them with direct contact lines and emphasizing that their voices will be heard will help in this realm. When conducting a training needs assessment, TIFs should also consider focusing the most on this step of training so as to really instill the family and caring values that the company claims to hold so dear. Unfortunately, there are drawbacks to all these proposed solutions, just as most solutions would have. First, there may be backlash in doing something like changing your slogan in the midst of growing so quickly. Customers may sense that the business is trying to copy others or that they're abandoning their traditional pursuits. One tricky part of the solution of going back to the basics is the likely costliness of this. Products like billboards, t-shirts, and flyers will add an extra expense to the company's marketing and are not assured to be successful like social media often is. People may be critical of Tiff's Treats using land and other resources to advertise their business when they could technically continue to do mostly social media marketing, which doesn't produce as big of a carbon footprint. And lastly, I think that if I were applying to work a basic cookie delivery job, I don't know how much time I'd want to spend learning about the company's values and background because I probably wouldn't care. Most TIF's employees, delivery drivers, and employees working in the store are young people working part-time. Because their TIF's Treats job is likely not their actual forever career, they might share this feeling of not wanting to bother with learning all the tedious history behind TIF's Treats. So that's all, and here are my references.